What rattles Hollywood more than a blockbuster flop? Try a $260 million bombshell that explodes in a courtroom instead of a box office. On June 13th, 2025, actor Derek Dixon, once a breakout star on Tyler Perry's The Oval, strode into Los Angeles Superior Court and dropped a lawsuit big enough to shake the studio gates off their hinges. The filing claims years of harassment, forced encounters, and retaliation that stretched from 2020 to the show's latest shoot this spring. Screenshots, guest house addresses, and a demand for nine-figure damages sit inside the complaint like TNT sticks waiting for the gavel to fall. Hold tight. The numbers are massive, the texts are messy, and nobody has guessed the next move yet. Money talks, but these next receipts type louder. Legal alarms blared the moment clerks stamped Dixon versus Perry at 8:04 a.m. The actor isn't asking for pocket change. He's seeking $260 million in general and punitive damages, accusing Perry of a sustained pattern of coercion that began in 2020 and bled straight through filming this spring. The 94-page complaint reads like a thriller. Time-stamped texts, flight logs between Atlanta and LA, even line-by-line script revisions that Dixon says doubled as pressure points. Why such an eye-watering sum? Dixon's lawyers call it deterrence at scale, the price they say it will take to make an empire worth a reported $1.4 billion feel the sting. They also tack on lost wages, therapy bills, and future earnings he claims tanked when he fled the show. The shock, though, isn't just the zeros. It's the timeline that follows. A day-by-day diary mapping power plays no PR team can spin. Industry trackers scrambled. Media newsletters fired off breaking alerts. And entertainment lawyers filmed TikToks explaining why the damages request alone could rewrite harassment precedent for privately owned studios. Studio back channels lit up with one question. If Tyler Perry can be hauled into court despite owning the backlot, who's safe? The filing was loud. But the digital trail? It's about to scream. Rewind to a glittering studio mixer in late 2019. Tyler Perry, fresh off cutting the ribbon on his Atlanta mega studio, spots 20-something Derek Dixon working event staff. Court papers say Perry praised Dixon's look, grabbed his number, and dangled an audition before the champagne even warmed. Weeks later, Dixon lands a cameo on streaming drama Ruthless, and before long he's Dale, the worried but wounded delivery driver on b.e.t's political juggernaut The Oval. To an actor who'd been booking regional commercials, it felt like destiny, a billionaire mentor plucking him out of the crowd. The mentorship glow, Dixon claims, dimmed after rap parties slipped into one-on-one dinners. He says Perry's compliments sharpened into questions, some flattering, some uncomfortably intimate. But new scenes kept landing in his inbox, and the words "series regular" can muffle a lot of alarm bells. Every fairy tale can flip, especially when the script rewrites itself at midnight. In January 2020, the DM tone swerved. Attached screenshots show late-night pings like, "What's it going to take for you to have guiltless fun?" Dixon's lawyers say each time the actor tried to laugh it off, the messages doubled. On set, Perry allegedly whispered double entendres between takes. Offset, the phone never stopped buzzing. By summer, Dixon's character suddenly grabbed more screen time, but every script tweak came with new invites to private rehearsals. The actor says he felt trapped, accept the attention, or risk the role finally paying his bills. One friend remembers him joking, "I'm one bad reply from an on-screen funeral." The complaint includes emoji-studded chats and voice note transcriptions. Defense attorneys call them context-free flirting. Plaintiffs call them a breadcrumb trail straight to coercion. Either way, the receipts now sit in evidence folders ready for a projector in Department 95. And when private chats spill into private spaces, the plot tightens like a courtroom necktie. One night that same year, Dixon was staying in a guest room at Perry's Douglas County mansion after a late shoot. He says he locked the door, crashed, and woke hours later to Perry sliding under the covers, groping and demanding more. He froze, then slipped out at dawn, too shaken to drive home but too scared to stay. Days later, Dixon claims Perry cornered him near the craft service tent. "Kill the tension or I'll kill your character." The threat hit hard. The Oval had a habit of offing fan favorites. Dixon stayed silent, but every new call sheet felt like a countdown. The lawsuit outlines 2 more alleged assaults, one in a trailer, one in a locked office, each time followed by an apology, a raise, or an offer to finally shoot your pilot. Plaintiffs say those perks were hush money. Defense calls them generous mentorship. Crew gossip never made headlines, but Dixon says the set vibe shifted. Some staff began escorting him to his car, Others avoided eye contact, worried any friendliness could be misread. When a storyline won't die, sometimes the actor has to escape instead. Dixon tried subtle resistance, turning off his phone after 10 p.m., skipping impromptu script meetings, but the pushback was swift. Overnight, his trailer vanished from the lot map, and rumored plot leaks predicted Dale's grisly demise. By 2024, he filed an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission (EEOC) complaint, hoping quiet arbitration might fix the imbalance. The complaint stalled for months. Word spread that producers wanted more documentation, while Dixon's inbox filled with fresh script pages, now featuring violent cliffhangers for Dale. Friends begged him to lawyer up, but management emails still addressed him as family, and letting go of a steady paycheck felt terrifying. In early 2025, he moved to Los Angeles, 2,000 miles of breathing room that still couldn't mute ringtone anxiety. He says scripts, voice notes, and sudden just checking in FaceTimes followed him west. Distance may heal, but courtrooms make it official. Next stop, the filing window. Filing day was a production all its own. Dixon's lawyers arrived with cardboard banker boxes, 94 pages of allegations, hundreds of screenshots, metadata, plus a spreadsheet of lost earnings and therapy bills. Within hours, Reuters, AP, People, and Page 6 bannered the suit across homepages. Fans split in real time. Hashtag I Stand With Dixon trended until hashtag Team Tyler roared back thanks to die-hard Medea memes. Inside the suit, Dixon demands not only cash, but a jury trial, a studio-wide policy overhaul, and mandatory harassment training for every Tyler Perry project. He calls the case bigger than me, for every crew member too scared to speak. Commentators noted the filing came days after Perry announced a new BET Plus slate. Stock watchers wondered if advertisers would flinch. One analyst quipped, "Streamers hate risk. This suit is risk in bold font." But every claim sparks a counterclaim, and this counterpunch swung fast. Before lunch the same day, Perry's spokesperson blasted a 2-line press release. "This is a scam. Tyler will not be shaken down." The studio's outside counsel teased a countersuit for defamation if the complaint survives an early dismissal motion. Cable pundits debated whether Dixon's screenshots would survive evidentiary rules. One former prosecutor told Entertainment Now, "If metadata's intact, texts are dynamite. If not, they're confetti." Social media war rooms tallied likes and reposts as if they were proxy jurors. Meanwhile, Perry's PR team quietly updated sponsor decks, adding a clause. All productions maintain a zero-tolerance harassment policy. Critics called it optics. Investors called it necessary. When two sides dig trenches, the real battle moves to a neutral field, the judge's bench. The docket now lists a case management conference for October 15th, 2025, a procedural huddle where the judge will set discovery deadlines and nudge settlement talks. If mediation fails, depositions could put both men under oath before cameras roll on the Oval's next season. Advocates labeled this the most explosive claim against a Black Hollywood titan since hashtag #MeToo began. Employment lawyers say the outcome could redefine how privately owned studios police misconduct when the owner doubles as HR chief. Dixon's team vows they're ready for a marathon. Perry's camp insists they'll clear his name. Entertainment reporters already stake out the Stanley Moss courthouse steps, knowing every new filing drops clicks like a surprise trailer. Whatever happens, execs in Burbank and New York are revisiting NDAs and intimacy protocols, because sometimes the credits roll in real life, right inside Department 95. Tyler Perry built an empire on tales where underdogs find their voice. Now Derek Dixon says it's his turn to speak, and a Los Angeles jury might become the ultimate audience. Whether you see a shakeup or a shakedown, one fact stands. 12 strangers could soon decide the fate of a man who usually writes every ending himself. So keep your eyes on the docket. In this drama, the next plot twist drops live. Evidence first, ego second, and no one gets to yell "cut" until the judge bangs that final gavel. Please like and subscribe if you like the vibes by Clyde.